Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, February 2nd. It is 6:21 right now. Market's going to open in about 9 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and then we'll get started shortly. Just a couple of things here to update and we should be good to go. All right. Looks good. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, let's kind of update a couple more things here, guys. So good morning, guys. Today is Thursday, February 2nd. It is 6:22 right now, guys. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. So I'm just going to finish posting up the links to everything here. And then we will get started shortly. Hey, Van Harwick, how's it going? Morning. Morning, Peter. Morning, Karen. Morning, Chrissy. Morning, Kenny. Morning, everybody. So just a couple more things here for me to update and we should be good to go. Hey, Keanu. Morning. Yeah, Keanu said morning, peeps. All great vibes, no FOMOs. Let's win. Definitely. Morning, Shaka. Morning, guys. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. I did take a trade last night. I don't know if I should post it up because I don't want to get flagged from everybody or from certain people who you see I'm trading outside of live. So I don't know, maybe I'll show it later, but I'm not going to post it up in the group because you guys know how yesterday went. Morning, Rashida. Morning, everybody. Morning, Dejan. But yeah, I just took basically an entry last night, which is pretty much the same thing that we're doing, during these live sessions. It's just a good entry. So that's why I decided to take it. So let's see who else is here. Morning, Gary. Morning, T. Morning, AR. Morning, Song. Morning, Nice. Morning, John. Morning, Dejan. Nice. Yeah, Dejan said trading on my laptop today since no class, record profit. Definitely. Van Harwick said FOMO gun. All right, guys. So looking over here at the higher time frames, you can see that price is currently bullish on the 1 hour, 30-minute, and 1 hour time frame. The reason I'm able to identify that is because price is above the pivots. The pivots are angling up, and the trend meter is green across all time frames. So with that said, looking at the breakout 2.0, it looks like there may be an entry for a buy here. Just a reminder, guys, I don't take the breakout 2.0 by itself. Sometimes I'll take it with confluence of the regular breakout, but the breakout 2.0 is looking like a buy today because we do have a buy signal here as well. So if you guys do decide to take this, I'll mark it up for you guys here. But again, as I mentioned, I'm not going to take this standalone by itself. I'll be looking at the breakout, regular breakout, and I'll see if maybe I could hop in for a quick 100 pips there as price decides to push to the upside if and when it does. So I'll mark that up right there and leave it alone. That's going to be for the breakout 2.0 for whoever wants to take that trade. But again, I'm not going to be taking this trade, so it's not going to be counted as an official trade. The official trades are going to be only the 3 strategies that I refer to every morning, which would be the breakout, or sorry, not the breakout, the momentum scalp failure, momentum scalp variation, and momentum scalp. So, all right, guys, let's see everything else. So on the higher time frames here, everything's pretty much bullish. Looking over here on the shorter time frames, you can see that everything here is bullish as well, right? Price on the 10-minute, 5-minute, and 1-minute is above the pivots. Trend meters green, pivots are angling up. So we're definitely going to be looking for buys today. However, we need to wait for that confirmation for entry. There's a failure here that's pending right now at the moment. Not one that I necessarily will take because it's still pre-market, but and also there's the sessions right there, so not necessarily too great of an entry in my opinion, because it's right at a red flag. So you guys, just another reminder, we don't take trades at any of these horizontal lines, right? Whenever price is near or entry is near these horizontal lines, we don't take trades around those points because that's considered a red flag. You guys will see like a lot of manipulation happens around this area. You can see right here in these previous times, price has tested it. It hasn't had the opportunity to really break above it and stride, right? Price comes above, fakes out, comes back down, fakes out below here, comes back up, etc. It happens every time price gets near these sessions. So that's why we don't trade around those points. Lastly, I'm going to go and take a look at the news real quick. So I think there was news this morning right here on the calendar. Today for Thursday, February 2nd, we had we had news over here at 4:30, challenger job cuts. We had news at 4:30. We had news at 5:30, unemployment claims, prelim non-farm productivity, prelim unit costs. And we have factory orders at 7. So we had news over here at 4:30 and 5:30. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that up. So news over here at 4:30. Pretty far down, but still relevant. And then we had news over here at 5:30, I believe, right? 4:30 and 5:30. So we got more red flags right there. And then we have more news coming up over here at 7 and 7:30. All right, so I'm going to go and mark that up real quick. News over here at 7 and news over here at 7:30. So, all right, guys, we have everything marked up here. As you guys can see over here for the breakout 2.0, still a buy that's pending here. When the market opens in the next 2 minutes, breakout 2.0 is going to be a buy entry. I've marked it up right here for you guys who want to take it. I don't necessarily take the full move because obviously, like I mentioned, it's too big of a move. I don't want to eat up too much capital and margin from just holding on to that move there. I'd rather scalp within it. So I'm looking for scalps here as price continues to move along. However, price is right at the session, so it's going to be difficult to look for any buys or anything like that. Morning, Stern. Morning, Maria. Morning, everybody. So it looks like pretty much everyone's here, guys. Market is opening in about 1 minute. And we're going to be looking for buys today. So, all right, got all the strategies here lined up. These are the official strategies that we're going to be applying. We have the breakout 2.0 for you guys who like to apply the breakout. That's currently active, or not active, but it's pending right here. When it closes in the next minute, it'll be active. And then we'll be looking for possible breakout 1.0 here as a confluence. So, all right, guys, market is opening up shortly. Hey, Slava, how's it going? Morning. All right, so just a reminder, everything here is bullish. So obviously looking for a buy here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just leave this alone right here. Maximize the screen on the 10-minute. Market is opening in about 30 seconds. Here's a breakout 2.0. If you guys are just joining the room, FYI, I'm not taking this trade here, so this is not going to count as an official trade. I'm just using this as a confluence, but this is one of the strategies that people apply if they want to take the breakout. So, all right, guys, market is opening in about 10 seconds. Market is now open in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is now open. All right, so there goes a breakout 2.0. I'm not in this position, but I'm just going to let it run. You guys can follow it if you like. So that is the obviously the breakout 2.0. I'm looking over here on the 1 minute now. You can see where price is rejecting from, right? It's rejecting directly off this purple line. This is why we don't trade at these sessions, because these sessions become areas of manipulation. Obviously, you can see clear manipulation right there. Price came up as soon as the candle closed. It just came crashing down super heavy. So leave that as is. That's opening price right there. But again, I'm not in any positions right now. So price is dropping pretty heavy right here. Price might come down, retest the news price, and then come back up. So again, right here, price is coming back down to test the news price. You guys can see this is why I don't trade around these areas. I wait for confirmation before I go ahead and, hop into anything like that. So this right here is technically a momentum scalp failure, but it's on opening candle. So I'm kind of like iffy about it, but also I think the volume is like way above average right here. So actually there's no momentum scalp failure there, because for step 3 over here. So for step 1, you want to confirm the overall trend. We confirm that the overall trend is bullish, confirm the retracement momentum signal, which we had right here. And then now below average, we want to make sure that the volume bar down here is below average. And obviously it's not below average. So let me just turn this off right here. You guys can see that the volume bar is way above past the blue line. So definitely no entry there for a momentum scalp failure. It's a setup there, but it's not an actual entry because the volume here is way above average. So looking again down here, guys, you guys can see where price is rejecting directly off this red line. This is the London high. And it's kind of just doing what we anticipated, right? So whenever price comes down here, these are going to be the target areas where price reaches and bounces directly off of. So we're not looking to take any of these trades right here. What I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for price to come back above, close above this area, retest, and continue up higher. Once we get that right there, we'll be looking for entries for a buy. But right now, nothing for us to look for it. Let me see how far it's dropped right here. Dropped about 1,200 pips. Big drop right there. It looks like a correction is going to play out right here, rejected directly off the sessions. And it looks like it's making its way right back up. Yeah, I see this coming back to opening price because you can see right here on the 1 hour, it's clear rejection off the sessions. Same with the 30-minute over here. Clear rejection off the sessions, and with a 10-minute over here, also clean rejection off the session. So if this does swing back up, it'll probably swing back up to opening price. Again, I'm not in this position right here, guys, so don't worry about this breakout 2.0. This might recover because it looks like it's going to swing back up on the 1 hour or the 10-minute here. It's rejecting off the pivot. 30-minute here, it's rejecting off the pivot, and the 1 hour. But I don't know if it's going to reject up right now. So right now, it's a gamble to really hop into something. And that's why I don't really like taking the breakout 2.0, because the breakout 2.0 is a real gamble, right? Sometimes it'll go straight to TP. Sometimes it'll bounce around a bit before it goes up and hits TP. But that's why I don't like taking this trade here, because I'll be stuck holding this position for like, about an hour or so, because it's not really a smooth moving position. However, if price does stay below here, so right now we're anticipating price to correct back up. But if that doesn't happen, then that's completely fine, because if price stays below here, like it's pushing down right now, then we switch from buys to sells, because we look over at the overall trend. And looking over here on the 5 and 10, you can see that price is now below the pivots, right? It hasn't confirmed yet. This candle is still pending below the pivots, but it hasn't really confirmed that it's going to stay below here. But you can see how price is kind of screwing around a bit. Whenever price comes down, it rejects directly off the sessions and it comes right back up, right? Again, right here, it's tested it 1, 2, 3 times. Hasn't closed yet below it, but it keeps bouncing above. It bounces below, then shoots right back above, and it just keeps going back and forth. So it's just going to be a matter of patience, guys. Just got to wait for a confirmation here. Once we confirm the overall trend, then we'll know exactly which direction to be trading in. Right now, we definitely don't have a direction set up yet. All right, so it's just going to be a matter of waiting for this to play out. Once we get that confirmation, we'll start looking for entries. We do have a sell signal here on the 5-minute though, so this is kind of indicating that price is starting to shift to the downside. You can see here on the 10 minutes pending as well, but it hasn't closed yet. So we're just waiting for this to play out. But at the moment, we have no overall trend. So looking back at these strategies right here, guys, the first requirement is to confirm the overall trend. Once we confirm the overall trend, we can move on to the next step, but we don't have that yet. So at the moment, still no direction, because we don't know if price is going to bounce up from here. Like price can still bounce up from this point, or it can continue pushing down. We don't really care where price is going. We just we want to wait for the market to show us where it's going. Right now, it hasn't showed yet. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Right now it's still some downtime until we have a confirmation of trend. Once we have a confirmation of trend, then we'll start looking for entries. But right now, we're waiting for price to either stay below here so we can start looking for sells, or we want price to swing back above here so we can start looking for buys. But right now, we just don't have any confirmation with regard to with overall trend right now. All right, so price is still dropping down pretty heavy. So if you guys were looking for the breakout, the regular breakout, not breakout 2.0, but breakout 1.0, this sell signal here would have been the breakout because it was a strong red candle, but it was right at the sessions. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clean this up so that you guys aren't looking at anything here on the higher time frames. What we're mainly looking for over here is we're looking for direction to confirm as well. Because you can see price drop down pretty heavy. The rejection never confirmed off the 30 and the rejection never confirmed here on the 1 hour. So if this here closes below the pivots, then odds of it shifting back down are very likely, right? But obviously some pretty crazy movement right here on the 30, on the 10 minute. Let me check the CNBC real quick to see what's going on here. All right, let's see. All right, so I'm trying to see if there's anything here that's really affecting the market directly. So looking over here, the indices are not moving in line with each other. If you look at the Dow's currently down 145 points, while the S&P is up 33 points, which is really unusual because typically these move side by side with each other, right? So the S&P typically mirrors US30, but today it's not mirroring it. So looking over here on CNBC, the Dow's currently down 155 points, S&P's up 33 points, Nasdaq's up 240 points, Russell 2K is up 28 points, and the VIX is currently down 2%. So across the board right here, all the indices are not necessarily moving alongside of each other. Let me see if I could find the index over here. I want to see okay. So United Health Group is really what's weighing everything down. You can see right here that United Health Group, it's just one stock. It's down 14 points right now. Honeywell's also down 6 points. So these two stocks are basically weighing down the entire index, which is, yeah, super unusual because S&P is usually like, it's usually going side by side with it. But today it's not because these two stocks right here are pretty much weighing down the entire index. This one stock here, United Health, could pretty much weigh down the entire, because everything here, if you add everything up, it's not going to be equal to like 15 points. So, and Cern said Lagarde is also speaking. So thanks, Cern, for that. Let's see. Kenny over here sent me a link. All right, Jeffrey's going to be holding his weekly news conference. Thanks, Kenny, for that. But yeah, just looking over here at CNBC, I mean, this is a clear obscurity because these are usually going to be the same. Like if the Dow is down, typically S&P will be down. But as you guys can see from the stock index here, it's just like two stocks here that are really holding it down. We're just one main stock, United Health Group. I don't know what's going on with United Health Group, but it is dumping super heavy right now. There's no news from them. I'm not sure if they release their earnings or anything like that. I don't know if there's earnings this week. But yeah, let's pull up the screener as well. Peter, send me the screener over here. Yeah, so I mean, everything here overall is pretty much flat. I mean, because there's some stocks here that are very green, some stocks that are pretty red, but the only one that's like super down is what's this one right here? Yeah, so Merck is down 2%, but it's not down point-wise. Point-wise, United Health Group right here is like down a crazy amount. So we'll and I don't think this thing's even accurate right here. What was that link that I just pulled up? Yeah, the heat screener. I don't know if that was really, let me just refresh it real quick. Yeah, I don't think this thing's updated right now. Peter, because I'm looking over here This is just pre-market change 1.31. But looking over here at the actual index, it's currently down 17 points. So it's down a lot compared to what the screener is showing. So I don't think the screener here is even updated. Numbers here are way off. But anyways, it doesn't really matter because we're not really following the fundamentals here. We're just following price. Looks like price kind of halted here for a bit. And it is starting to, I mean, not really much is going on. Price kind of dropped below the news price over here. And then it's just kind of halted. So there's one stock here that's really weighing it down. I think once United Health Group starts to recover, well, it's not right now because it's down 17 points. The last time we looked at it, it was down 16 points and it just keeps dropping lower and lower. But we'll, I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how price stabilizes because right now there just is no direction in price. I don't know if this is temporary or it's going to stay below. There's only one stock that's really holding it down. So if that stock starts to recover, then I think this whole index will just start to swing right back up. Because if this here goes back to like, so it's down 17 points. If you add up these points over here, so I can just do like a quick math. So let's see, 7 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1. So looking at all the positive stocks here, these top 3 in the Dow, it's currently up 20 points. So you guys can see how United Health down here is pretty much weighing down the entire index, right? Because this one stock here is holding everything down. Plus there's a couple of red stocks right here. So what I see happening here is, or what I'm basically going to be looking for is I'm going to look for a retracement. Because once I see that retracement, that's going to indicate that United Health Group is probably recovering from that big dump. And then it's probably going to swing back down. So the setup that I'm looking for here is I'm looking for price to, it's already dropped already. So it's down here, looking for it to swing back up and then retrace back down. Because looking at the rest of the index here, a lot of the stocks here are still pretty red. So even if this recovers like 10 points or so, everything here is still going to be more on the sell side. So it looks like we might be looking for sells today. We'll see. We just got to wait for it to confirm. So what I'm really looking for here is I'm looking for a retracement. So I'm looking for price to retrace up, confirm a momentum scalp failure. Once it confirms that, then I'll look for momentum scalp variation after it. But I got to make sure that it's like a pretty clean entry. Yeah, Song said Meta had earnings yesterday and lifted techs. Yeah, I saw that right there on CNBC as well for the news of this one. Yeah, Meta shares rocket 20% on earnings. Analyst sees enticing valuation. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, and that's why the NASDAQ is currently up super heavily. If you look over here at the stock index, the NASDAQ's up pretty heavy. Yeah, well, there's a lot of stocks here that are actually really high. Align Technology right here is up 64 points. So that's really what's carrying it. These 3 stocks right here are carrying the NASDAQ, Align, Meta, and Mercado Libre. They're up pretty heavy. But with the Dow over here, yeah, United Health is one that's holding it down. So we'll see. So yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, I mean, this is probably the best time to ask questions because there's nothing for us to really look at. I mean, obviously we're looking for sells here now where we're trying to. Here on the 10-minute, you can see price is now bearish. So initially on open, price was bullish, but looking over here now, everything here is bearish, right? On the 10-minute, price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. On the 5-minute over here, same thing, price again is below the pivots, trend meter is red, and the pivots are angling down. And then lastly here on the 1-minute, same exact thing, price again over here is below the pivots, the trend meter is red, and the pivots are angling down. So with that said, we have a downwards trend, and we're going to be looking for some possible sells here. But in order for us to do that, we're going to look for a retracement because price over here is overextended, right? From this high point up here, I'll just measure it to show you guys how far price has dropped. So from this high right here, down to where price is currently at, price has dropped 3,400 pips. That's a really big drop, right? Within a short period of time. So from this candle right here up until here, it's been only 20 minutes and price has dropped well over 3,400 pips. So what we're looking for here is we're looking for price to retrace back up, right? Retrace back up and continue back down. Once we have that there, then we will start looking for a possible entry. But at the moment, we just don't have anything to take right here. We don't want to enter any sells at the moment, or we don't want to chase this because if we do, we might get caught up in a correction back to the upside, because a correction is due right now. Correction or retracement. So we're pretty much just waiting right here. Let's see, Natasha here took some sells. So Natasha locked in a total profit of 668 for this morning. Nice work, Natasha. Yeah, solid. Probably not one I'd recommend taking, but yeah, if you took that, let's see what time was your timestamp. So Natasha took this at 6:30. It looks like she took the breakout. So this entry right here, this is what she took. So right here, Natasha saw this red candle. She saw it was a strong red candle and prices below the pivots and the trend meter is red. So what happened here is Natasha took this for the breakout. The breakout's usually for 500 pips. And it went straight to her TP when it came down. So if you guys are wondering what entry Natasha took, again, as I mentioned, there's multiple strategies here that you can apply. However, I'm not covering these strategies on here. If you guys know my strategies and you guys have my indicators, you guys can apply whatever strategy you like. But if you guys are new here, if you guys are part of the mentorship, the only strategies that we're focusing on pretty much this whole year are going to be these 3 strategies right here, because these are the most easiest to follow and they have the best probability with regard to tying these in order. So yeah, so we're mainly looking for this, but if you guys are wondering what trade Natasha took here, it was that trade. You can see the timestamp at 6:30. She took the breakout right here on this red candle. Keonia over here as well. She locked in a couple of profits, 67.76 on this account, all wins, and then her second account, 68.92. Nice work, Keonia. Jennifer over here as well. Jennifer locked in a total profit of 2,230 for the day. Nice work, Jennifer. Solid profits for the day. Yeah, so it looks like you took some trades over here for a buy, and then you took the trades back down for a sell to recover from this loss, and then you made a win over here pre-market as well. So solid work right there, Jennifer. All right, so this is technically a momentum scalp failure, guys. It's not, or actually, sorry, I take that back. It's not. So the reason why it's not a momentum scalp failure is because the volume here is above average. Looking over here at the requirements, first you want to confirm the overall trend on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute. Right here, we have a bearish trend because price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, and the pivots are angling down. Looking over here on the 5 minute and 10 minute, same thing. Price again here is below the pivots, trend meter is red, and the pivots are angling down. So with that said, we have a downwards trend. So we're looking for sells here, obviously. Second requirement here, confirm the retracement momentum signal. We have that retracement momentum signal right here with this green candle. The reason why it's a retracement momentum signal is because price is going against the trend, right? So this isn't necessarily a momentum swing to the upside. This is just a retracement. So with those 2 requirements met, we confirm overall trends to sell. Retracement momentum signals right here. Third requirement, confirm volume is below average. Looking down here, volume is not below average, right? Because this green bar is above the blue line. So with that said, there's no entry here for a momentum scalp failure. Another entry that can be coming up after would be a momentum scalp variation. However, I typically like to take that usually when it is in conjunction with the momentum scalp failure up here. So if price closes below the pivots here, it's technically going to be an entry for a momentum scalp variation. If I decide to take that trade there, I'll let you guys know. But at the moment, it's looking like price is still retracing up. So I'm not necessarily looking to take anything like that at the moment. So I have the setup right here marked up. If it does close below, I'll confirm with you, but let me go over the requirements. So first, confirm the overall trend. We already know the overall trend here is bearish. Confirm momentum signal aligns with the 5 minute and 10 minute time frame. So looking over here on the 5 and 10, we currently have a sell signal right here on the 10, and we have a sell signal here on the 5. So with that said, we do have confirmation of step 2. Step 3, you want to confirm a retracement momentum signal. We have that right here. Step 4, you want to confirm price closes past the pivots in retracement, which it did right there. And then lastly, you want to confirm that price closed past the pivots in correction of overall trend. So the main thing that we're looking for here for this next requirement is for this candle here to close red and to close below the pivots. So if price swings back below with a red candle and closes below this green line right here, then this is going to be an entry for a momentum scalp variation. So if that happens, I'll probably be taking it. I'll maybe give you guys a heads up now that this will be an official entry if it does close. If it doesn't close, then there's not going to be an official entry. I'm going to set up my TP stop loss already. So everything ready to go. This candle closes in about 18 seconds. So just wait for this candle here to close red below this green line. If it closes below the green line, it's going to be an entry for a momentum scalp variation. Remember to use proper risk if you guys are taking this trade here, and just be patient. So it does not look like it's going to close. No red candle closed below the green line. No entry there for momentum scalp variation. So looking over here, we confirmed all the requirements. The only requirement that we're waiting for here is going to be step 5. When step 5 closed, we can look at step 6, which says enter on the close of the candle. So again, we're just waiting for a red candle to close below this green line right here. If it closes below the green line, it's going to be a momentum scalp variation. We just got to make sure the candle's not too huge. Because if it's too big, then it's going to be an obvious red flag here, right? Set up the red flags. Panel has about 18 seconds left on it right there. So let's see if it closes below the green line. You got to wait for it to actually close. You got about 3, 4, 2, 1, close. All right, so I'm in this position right here, guys. Went straight through and fuck. So I had to close out early. It came down and then it hit my TP, but I didn't have enough opportunity to close out because the spread was too wide. So I closed out of it really quickly, guys. If you guys are still in it, it's still at TP. So if you guys want to take it or pull out of it, pull out. This thing went way too fast. So as soon as it closed, I hit my sell button. I exited and I locked in 1,170. So it gave me partial profit. I was supposed to lock in 2,500, but the slippage right here was just too crazy as price bounced around. My TFF, let me see. I don't even know if this executed on my other accounts. Let me check real quick. So it showed that it closed on my other accounts, but I don't know how much profit it gave me. Let me check real quick. Yeah, so it closed on my main account, but it gave me, I don't know what it did on my other accounts. Let me check real quick. It gave me a loss on my TFF. I wasn't surprised about that, but yeah, the slippage on that move was crazy. So let me just show you guys what I locked in. I mean, it did hit my TP, but it was a crazy little spike right there. That wasn't exactly what I was waiting for a better outcome, but TFF over here obviously always cuts me short. So let me just go ahead and take a screenshot of this right here. It actually cut me short a lot on my other accounts too, even on my other copiers. It just moved like way too fast. So there goes the entry right there. If you guys took it, we pretty much waited for that to close. It closed, hopped in really quick, and then there's just huge slippage on open. So let me just put this real quick. All right, give you guys a little update there. There's a momentum scalp entry that's coming up right here that's pending, but you got to wait for it to actually close. So basically waiting for this here to close. It's got about 20 seconds left on it. All right. So let me take a screenshot of my profits real quick so you guys can see. My TFF gave me, TFF is always going to keep giving me because it gives you like super late execution. Yeah, Martha, what did you do to yours? So I'll show you my profit to show you that I locked in profits across all mine. So I don't know what you did differently, but it seems like everyone else locked in profit off it. We have a sell that's currently pending right here, guys. So I'm going to wait for this here to close. And I will send in my profits here as well. So the only thing that I can tell you guys that what could possibly happen with your account, if you guys took a loss on but you took a really big loss. If you lost 2,000, there must have been something that you did differently because I made 1,000 off that. So I'll show you my profits here. You guys can see right here, I locked in 1,250 or 2,250. I was supposed to lock in 2,500, but due to slippage, I got kicked out of the trade like super early. There's a sell signal here that's currently pending, guys. It's not closing, so there's no entry off that. And then we have news coming up right here, guys. So no more entries for us to take at the moment because we have news coming up right here at 7 o'clock. It's too close. So I'm going to hold off on this. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to set up my TP stop loss. Or not, sorry, I'm going to take a screenshot of my profits. Yeah, because that's a really big loss, Martha, that you took. So I don't understand like what could have been the case, except for you either entering like super late. Because if you entered super late, then I could see it happening because. But I mean, either way, price is still super down. Like it's pretty far down and the spread's not too wide. Spread was like 170 right now. The the only thing that could have happened is that you enter the trade like very, very late. There was slippage though, so don't get me wrong. There was slippage, and I'll show you guys my profits here because you guys can see the slippage across all my accounts. There was slippage on my other FTMO. I only locked in $20 off that one, while I locked in over 1,000 on my main account. And I'm not sure which broker you're on as well, Martha. Are you on FT? What broker are you using, or which are you using a funding company? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, if you're on FTMO, it shouldn't have happened. I'll show you mine right here because I'll show you the one that I locked in. I did the same thing you did. Some of my accounts locked in, but you'll see right here, there was a lot of slippage because my MFFs here locked in some it's kind of thrown. I should have just held on to it. If I held on to it, it would have just came right back down, but I didn't want to risk it. So I kind of just pulled out of it. There's no sell signal right now, guys. We're just waiting for that sell signal, but we're also waiting for news to pass right here. So yeah, you said you're on an FTMO demo, which should have been about the same as anyone else's on one FTMO. I'll show you mine real quick. I think you might have just entered like late, Martha, because it just wouldn't. Yeah, it looks like there was slippage for a lot of people here because even Maddie's referring. He said that some people logged in. Is Janesh on an FTMO account too, Maddie? Here, I'm just going to I finished screenshot of my profits, guys. I'm going to show you the big difference between all my accounts. So here's my main account. Here's my copier. Here's my MFF. Here's my MFF number 2, MFF number 3, and then my MFF number, my TFF. So you guys will see that there are losses on some of the accounts because some of them just had really bad slippage, but for the most part, they're like around the same area. So yeah, Rashida over here, she entered late and she had a small loss right here as well. She made a win, but then she made a small loss. So it looks like some people here did make a couple, well, everyone just got kind of some slippage. So Christian over here as well. Christian said there's some slippage. So you can see the profits across everybody else here. So Rashida over here locked in 290 and locked it and lost 400 on the first entry. Christian over here locked in 770. He was supposed to, I think you were looking to make at least 1,000, right, Christian? So he hit slippage as well. And then you guys can see over here on my accounts too. So my accounts over here, I locked in. So this is my main account. You can see with the green strip because I let this account hit full TP. This one over here, I locked in 1,170, right? So this is my main account. My copier over here gave me $20. So you can see the slippage right there, but it's not like how yours is, Martha, because yours is down 2,000. So if you're over 2,000, your thing just entered like super late. That might have been the case. But you guys can see the slippage here for my other account. So like here, I locked in 1,000. Here, I locked in $20. Here on my MFF number 1, I locked in -30. So it was just like right on the line. Here's my MFF number 2, locked in $20. My MFF number 3 locked in 20. And then my TFF, I already expected this from TFF because TFF is always doing this. They gave me -700. So this is like the biggest of the losses that I had here. But for the most part, I was supposed to lock in 2,500. It just never triggered my TP. So what happened is I had to close it manually. And when I closed it manually, it gave me 1,170. So either way, I'm still in profit across my accounts, but you guys can see the slippage across here, but your slippage is like way off, Martha. So the only thing that I can personally say that could have happened was that you entered like a little too late. But even if you enter that late, Martha, I don't know how you would have even get stopped out because it didn't even hit stop loss. Did you so again, for your entry right there, Martha, did you close it out manually or did you because there's like, okay, so I think you might have set your TP stop loss wrong then, Martha, because it's impossible for you to hit stop loss. Because if your TP stop loss is 25,500, you can see that price never got to stop loss here, right? Like it still wouldn't have hit stop loss if you had it set up right there. And if your TP was 100, you for sure should have hit your, I mean, either way, it still would have never hit your stop loss, Martha. See this right here? If your stop loss was 300 and your TP was 100, it's still impossible for you to hit your stop loss. The only way that would happen is if you entered super late, like way down here, right? Because close a candle is right here. So your entry should have been right here. And if your entry is right there, it's still be impossible for you to hit your stop loss. It would still hit your TP. So, I mean, the only assumption that I can make is that you entered really late. Because if you entered really late, your entry would have been like way down here. And that's the only way you get stopped out, right? Because if you entered right at candle close, let me just go back over here. So if you entered right here at candle close, Martha, and your TP stop loss was 300, 100, on the next candle, it should have went straight past your TP. So you should have made slippage in your favor. So if this happened here and it hit, you should have made like way more profit because it would have tried to close you out here, but it actually would have closed you out down here. And then even if that was the case and you still like held on to it, it still would have pushed down right here. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming it was slippage because if there was slippage, then there might have been issues with your entry and exit because that's basically what happens with TFF. So if my TFF account over here, this right here is because they always execute late. If you look at the entry time right here, well, the entry time is the same, but their executions are just kind of late. So looking at my main account, my execution time was 6:52, like right on the dot. See, right on the candle close at 00. That's where I made my entry. This one was a couple of seconds late, 3 seconds late, 3 seconds late. And then my TFF down here also 3 seconds late. But the profits here just don't align. So let's see. Yeah, but I mean, either way, Martha, so just looking over here, there's like, it's like impossible for it to hit stop loss if you entered on candle close. Because if you had a 300 pip stop loss, it still would be impossible for it to hit. And then also here, if it was 500 pips, this would still be, I mean, it would still be running until this green candle right here. So I don't know, that's the only thing I can explain to you because I don't know what else could have happened. The only thing that could have happened is you entered super late down here. And then if you entered super late down here, then yeah, then it would have hit your stop loss. But if you entered like right, like even anywhere in between, so let me just show you guys right here, 10:30. So you'd have to enter like way down here. Well, not way down here, but like at least like 100 pips late for it to actually get to that point. Because if you enter on a close right here, it should have went straight to your TP. Anyways, well, we're going to move forward and we're going to keep looking for other entries here, guys. If there's any other questions regarding that, I mean, if you want to message FTMO yourself, Martha, you can ask them and they can give you an explanation, but I can pretty much assume that they're going to tell you it's due to slippage. Or send a screenshot of your trade, Martha. So go to your MT4 and then screenshot it and then just send it to me or send it in the group because we can look at your timestamp here. So you can see my timestamp here was exactly on candle close, 6:52:00. So as soon as the candle closed, I hit sell, entered my trade, made my profit. It'll show exactly what time you entered on your MT4. All right, so there's a possible entry right here for a momentum scalp, guys. Let me see. This candle here is too big, though. I'm not going to take this trade. Actually, let me see. Actually, I can take this one right here if it closes properly. Possible 25-50 split on this one. Looking over here on the 5 and 10 looks okay. Let's see. So there's no sell signal right here. We need the sell signal to close. Yeah, so nothing here. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so Maddie said, yeah, I don't know if, did anybody else, there's no entry here for momentum scalp, guys. It never closed with the sell signal. So guys, is there anybody else here who had like a big loss for the for that last trade? I'm just trying to figure out like what happened. Maddie said that it was a mistake for Janesh. So Janesh said he had a loss, but he said that it was a mistake. He didn't actually have a loss. He just entered late. Let's see, looking over here, everyone else looks like they had a win. Christian over here locked in 770. Nick over here took the sell as well, locked in 1,035. Patrick over here locked in a total profit of 711 off that one. Nick again locked in another profit, total profit of almost 2,000 for the day. Nice work, Nick. CERN over here made some profit as well. Locked in a total profit of 400 for the day. Nice work, CERN. Natasha over here locked in all wins over here for a total profit of 776. Nice work, Natasha. Zach over here took the sell as well. Total profit of 2,094. Nice work, Zach. And Andreas over here locked in 272 for the day. Nice work, Andreas. Maddie over here took that sell as well, locking the total profit of 1,035. Nice work, Maddie. John over here said he had a trailing stop too close. He got kicked out of the trade, hopped back in, locked in a total profit of 29.94. Solid. Jennifer over here took the trade as well, locked in a total profit of 3,101 for the day. Nice work, Jennifer. And I think that's it for right now. Maria over here as well. So Maria over here had some slippage. So Maria said she had the usual lot size to make 100, but today she had a lot of slippage. So, oh crap, I missed them. There's a momentum scalp right here, guys. I missed it though. It's currently still running. Just gonna see if I can maybe get a partial of it. See if I get like the last push of it down there below. All right, so I got into that. I just got into a partial move here. I already got pulled out. I think there's a lot of slippage, guys, going on right now, because right now I was supposed to get pulled out at 100 pips or 1,000 profit, and then it closed me out at 810. So there's obviously slippage going on in the market right now, guys. So I think that might be the issue with the majority of people who are entering trades right now. If you guys are entering trades and you know, getting losses, my TFF gave me another loss. Man, I really hate TFF, guys. TFF is super annoying. Let me check my other accounts here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm like on the verge of just like stop trading my TFF. I know they're paying me out, but they keep giving me these random losses and it's super annoying. And I'll show you guys my accounts here. I don't know if my MFF was able to copy it. Man, there's slippage across all the accounts. MFF is having a lot of slippage too. Let me just, but I mean, it's not as bad as TFF. TFF is giving me like these big losses, which is super annoying. But okay, let me screenshot my things again here. So if you guys take the momentum scalp ran right there. I entered it, and then it was supposed to close me out for a pretty decent profit, but it gave me again only partial. And I'm pretty sure it didn't give me a green strip. Let's post my profits right there again. Today's kind of frustrating because we're getting a lot of the slippage here. Like I should have made 5,000 for the day. I'm only up 3,060. So I pretty much got undercut 2,000 in profit, or actually more than that. I got undercut like 3,000 in profit for today. So today's supposed to be the day where there's a lot of entries. Obviously, we're getting a lot of entries here, but there's also a lot of slippage, which is kind of throwing us off. But you guys here are still locking in some pretty decent profit. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Good thing is you guys are still locking in profit here and there. But the thing that's really annoying me is the fact that I keep getting undercut profits when I'm like taking the risk for these positions here. It blasted through my TP too. So let me just go and take screen, or let me just check the chat real quick. Yeah, Christian over here as well. So Christian said he took the scalp as well, and it only gave him 700. So Christian over here is aiming to reach 1,000, but he only locked in 700 off that too. So let's see. Maria said, Sean, mark the last price, news price. That last trade had a red flag. The news price was right here, wasn't it? Oh, sorry, it was this one right here. Yeah, there was a red flag right there. Sorry, guys. I didn't get a chance to mark up the news for this one that passed at 7 o'clock. So there actually was a red flag right there. I just noticed it right now. Thanks, Maria and Maddie, for confirming that. I mean, you could have went for a quicker TP stop loss, although it wouldn't be recommended because the candle's too big. So like if you were to go for 100, 300 right here, this candle would be too big. So that would also be a red flag. But looking over here at the 225.50, this would have worked, except it was at that red flag area that we discussed. Thanks, Maria, for the heads up. Okay, let me see the Martha's trade over here. Yeah, Martha, so I'm looking at your timestamp right here. You entered the trade 44 seconds late. So see right here where your timestamp is? That's why you took the loss right there, Martha. So let me, so you entered like extremely late. So looking over here, Martha, I can see exactly like what happened with your account now. Look at your timestamp here at 16:52:44. You entered this trade 44 seconds when it was already active. For my trade over here, if you look at my timestamp for that trade, let me just try to screw this up a little bit. So I kind of figured that was the case where you entered late. But looking over here, my timestamp 16:52:00, I entered like right on candle close. So as soon as that candle right there closed, Martha, I got in, right? That's why I made profit on it. For you right here, you entered at 16:52:44. So you entered 44 seconds after I entered the trade already, because the candle closed at 16:52, but looks like your trade executed 44 seconds past that. So that's why you got the loss there. So it makes sense now why you got a loss and it hit your stop loss. Or I don't even know if it hits your stop loss, because this thing should be red right here if it hits your stop loss. So I'm not sure if you just entered late and then closed late, but I mean, looking at this timestamp right here, the entry was like extremely late on your end. Actually, no. Okay, so I take that back. Let's see. So Patrick, thanks for the heads up. So it looks like your entry right here was actually at 03. So it looks like you did get caught in slippage. So you entered about like 3 seconds late. That was kind of similar to what mine was over here. So looking over here on my other trade on my TFF, this is because it's on my copier though. I'm not sure if you're on the copier or if you're on the main account, but on my copier over here, it entered kind of late at 03. And that's why this right here had a loss and these over here had small profits. So see my copiers over here, I was supposed to make 1,000 because I made 1,000 off my main account here. And then I locked in only $20 on this one. I locked in a negative 30 on this one. I locked in a negative 30 on this, only $20 on this one. And then my TFF gave me negative 700. But this, I don't even count this account anymore, guys. So whenever you guys see me post my TFF, I'm not even going to count TFF because they're always going to give me a loss. It seems like they're always going to give me a loss no matter what. But yeah, Martha, it just looks like you entered a little late, but it's fine because I think there was slippage because it happened with my accounts too here. You guys can see it's a common issue. So you're not the only problem. You're not the only one running into this problem, Martha. I am ran into the problem too. And then also, but these are because these are my copiers. So the execution time didn't work out as evenly, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Well, good thing that you're on a demo right now, Martha, so that you're starting to realize, you know, these things that can happen in the market. You're going to see that sometimes execution times are not going to be 100%, especially with TFF. So I don't recommend anybody do TFF. I'm going to screenshot my profits again for TFF and you'll see some more losses here, even though everything else locked in some profit. So, all right, guys, let's move forward. There's no other entries for us to take right now. We're looking for a buy signal. If this buy signal here closes, it's technically going to be an entry for a momentum scalp failure. But looking at where price is currently at right now, we might have to be a little cautious with entry because it's getting close to the news price right here. So if it gets close to the news price, it's going to be an obvious red flag. And I typically don't like taking the momentum scalp failure anyways. So it's getting really close to it. I think it'll touch it. If it touches it, it's going to be considered a red flag. It's got 30 seconds left on it. Anyways, so let me just scroll up real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. Let me see, question from from Al. Looks like everybody's having slippage issues today. Me especially. So if I'm having slippage issues, guys, don't worry, it's the market. You're going to run into some slippage issues today for sure. So just be careful, guys. If you guys are worried about your account, I mean, your trades will probably hit, but you're probably going to get either partial profit or you're going to get some negative, depending if your copier, well, if you're using a copier. For me, I'm copying like 6 accounts, so obviously I'm going to have some slippage in between. But yeah, just be cognizant that there's a lot of slippage happening in the market today, specifically for, I mean, it seems like every broker, because my FTMO is having slippage, my TFF is having, obviously they're always having slippage, and then MFF as well. Let's see, Alan's asking, sorry guys, off topic, but Sean, other than Coinbase, can you give me the name of the broker that I can send crypto to Henko with a debit card? So I have no idea. I only use Coinbase. You can use Cash App. So I used Cash App a long time ago. I haven't used it in like maybe 2 or 3 years, but Cash App used to be the other alternative for me with buying crypto through a debit card. Or I mean, I don't know what's the issue with Coinbase, but I think you can do it with a debit card on Coinbase as well, or you can do a bank transfer. I think bank transfer is obviously gonna be faster, but the only other platform I personally know of that I'm confident with and I don't think is going to rip you off is Cash App. So Cash App is the other app. I don't know if anybody else has any other apps where you can buy crypto with a debit card, but the only 2 I know is Coinbase and Cash App. Gary's asking, my E-mini DJ is 10 minutes lagging. Is there a reason? So what symbol are you on? Are you on YM? If you're on YM, you have to pay for this data. So if you are on this one specifically, you have to pay for this data. That's why it's delayed. Mine's real time right here because I pay for it. It's only like $4 a month. But if you're not paying for it, it's going to be yellow. It's going to say delayed. So for this specific data set, you have to pay for it. Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to pay for it because it's directly from the it's like the fastest, most accurate data because it's directly from the exchange. Gotcha. Okay, so Gary paid the $5. Yeah, I think it's worth it, Gary. If you're scalping, it's worth the $5 because for one trade here, you can make enough profit to cover it for like a lifetime, basically. All right, let me go down the chat real quick, see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, no problem, Gary. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any questions here. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so Coinbase has a small limit on debit. Yeah, I think on Coinbase, you can, well, I mean, the only real way to increase the limit permanently would be to connect your actual bank to it. So I just connect my Chase Bank to it directly, and I have like a high limit. But I think for the debit, you can only do like 500, right? I don't think there's a way to increase it with regard to the debit, which is, I know it's kind of annoying, but they do that just for like money laundering issues, so people don't steal your credit card and buy a bunch of Bitcoin with it. Yeah, David over here said that he thinks, or Daniel, sorry, D. Lee, I'm not sure if you're David or Daniel, but he said he thinks that you can link and verify your bank account to buy 35K a day. Yeah, that's what I have. I just link my Chase account to it, and I'm able to pretty much deposit as much as I like. All right, guys, price is coming back down. There's technically a momentum scalp. Actually, no, there isn't. There's no failure here because the volume is above average. But we have a possible momentum scalp variation coming if price closes below the pivots again. However, it's going to be right at the news price right here, so probably not. Yeah, Van Harley said danger zone, 100%. Yeah, not a good area to trade right here, guys. There's a lot of red flags here. There's a news price up here, news price down here. You also got to keep an eye out on the volume bar down here. Justin, my brother, said he used BitPay before. He thinks the max is 1,000 on it. See, Maddie said my news price is low. Which one, Maddie? I'm trying to see which one. Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry, Maddie. Thanks for the heads up. I keep dragging this around on accident. I wish there was a way to just lock it on the screen. Thanks, Maddie. Yeah, so it's literally at the red flag right now. Thanks, Maddie, for the heads up. Yeah, Maddie said the variation should play now. Yeah, so if we get a momentum scalp variation, guys, we need price to close below the pivots down here. So we're just basically waiting for price to come below here. I don't want it to close immediately because it's going to be caught at this red flag. But if price ends up closing a little bit and then closes again below even further without touching the pink line, then it's going to be a momentum scalp variation. Let me take a screenshot of my profits again, guys, or let me look at everyone else here. So CC over here posted his profits. He's currently up 4,650 for the day, all wins. Nice work, CC. Scrolling down further, we have Vincent over here. Vincent made 64.52 on this one. Solid work right there, Vincent. He took the pivot scalp. Yeah, so we got the sell signal right there below the pivots. Hopped into that real quick. Instant TP. He took another trade here for a buy when price was above the pivots. Total profit right here, 125.49 for the day. Nice work, Vincent. Pretty good work, guys, for this morning so far, even though, you know, a lot of us are running into these the slippage. Jonathan over here said he missed the variation, but he caught the momentum scalp, locked in a total profit of 562 for the day, full TP with the green strip. Nice work, Jonathan. All right, solid work right there. We have Natasha over here, total profit of 1,180 for the day. Great work, Natasha. I know you got caught in some slippage there, but solid thing is that you still locked in some pretty good profit. Dijon over here locked in another profit off that momentum scalp earlier, total profit of 584 for the day. Nice work, Dijon. All right, so we got some more downtime, guys. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot my profits again. I'll show you guys a slippage across all my accounts. If you guys are running to slippage, it's fine. I'm running into slippage too, so you're not the only one. Super annoying, but can't do anything about it. It's just the market today. It's very volatile, very choppy. It's hitting our TPs, but obviously there's slippage here that's kind of screwing with our trades. Let me see, are these accounts the same? They're actually all different. So let me just screenshot all of them. Usually for my MFF, I just screenshot one of them because they're all the same. But for today, you guys will see that there is a clear slippage across pretty much all of the accounts. which doesn't happen too often. So just don't be worried, guys. The slippage happens every once in a while, but it doesn't happen like every day. So this is one of those outliers today where it's kind of just bouncing around a lot. What I can say is that you guys are probably going to run into a lot of slippage tomorrow because tomorrow is NFP. So it's expected tomorrow for sure. Man, I really hate TFF. I'll show you guys my account real quick for TFF. It's like weighing down my profits. That's why I'm kind of like torn between not even trading the account anymore, because I went for a bigger TP stop loss, but it still gave me like $100 loss, which is super annoying because it starts to add up. All right, so here are my accounts right here, guys. Here's my main account. You can see the one with the green strip. This was supposed to close with a green strip as well, but there was so much slippage that it just ended up spiking back up, and then it just closed me out for like some lesser profit. I was supposed to make 1,000 at least on this trade, but I locked in 810, so total profit of 3,060 on my main account. Here's my FTMO number 2, locked in a total profit of 1,860. Again, right here, you know, some slippage. I was supposed to lock in 1,000, but it gave me 760. Here's my MFF number 1. I locked in a total profit of 1,660. Again, here I locked in 660. I was supposed to lock in 1,000 on this trade. MFF number 2 locked in 650. Total profit of 1,650. I was supposed to lock in 1,000 there too. MFF number 3 locked in 660. Supposed to be 1,000. Locked in total profit of 1,710. And then my TFF over here. You guys can see the big difference, right? I locked in 810 on this one. It's supposed to be 1,000, but of course TFF here still gave me negative 100, which, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. So I'm kind of thinking about not trading on this account because of the you know, the obvious problems here. So I mean, it's all good. It is what it is. Overall, I'm still in profit. So if you added up my profits here for the day so far, I'm currently up. Here, I'll just add it up real quick. Shouldn't take too long. 860, 3060, 660, 660, 710. So total profit of 9,940 minus the 601 from the TFF. So I'm technically at 9,339 right now for the day. So I'm not doing horrible, but the TFF accounts are kind of weighing me down a little bit, which is a little annoying. Let me scroll up real quick. So question from Allison. Allison said, sorry, just hopping on. Would you mind reviewing the rejection scalp strategy? Which rejection scalp strategy are you talking about? The ones that are here? Allison, are you talking about a different one? So let me just confirm real quick. Let me see. You said the rejection scalp strategy. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, Allison, because we don't have one that's called rejection scalp. We have a couple ones here. Like there's an SR rejection scalp, but we don't have one that's specifically called rejection scalp. Let me see if you have an update. Okay, so Allison said, I'm honestly not even sure. It's fine, completely fine. I know you're new, so you know you're probably not familiar with the names, but you mentioned it's the first rejection in the training. Here, let me see. Could you go pull up the course, Allison, and find out? Because we don't have anything called rejection. So yeah, if you can find out which one it is, I can show you it. There's no problem me showing you it. I just don't know which one you're talking about. So you might be talking about the failure. Yeah, Madhu's asking a question, the failure. It might be that one. So yeah, just check it real quick, Allison, if you can, if you just pull it up real quick, and then we'll I'll show you it. I just don't have one that's called rejection failure. We have one that's called the XR rejection, but I don't think you were around when we were applying that. It's a ranging strategy for that one, so we don't really apply it during these market conditions because market is trending. All right, thanks, Peter. Peter said the news was positive this morning, so let me go ahead and mark up news price once it finally. So I kind of like this right here where news is all in one area. So once price pushes away from it, we don't have to worry about it. All right, so price is pushing back up right here. With price pushing back up, it's still bearish on the 5 and 10. So we're technically not looking for a reversal here yet. The 5 and 10 here is still bearish, price below the pivots. Pivots are angling down. Trend meter's red. We have a pending buy signal here on the 5 and 10. So we'll see what's going on there. Here on the higher time frames as well, it's currently bearish. Price again here is still below the pivots. Trend meter is blue, so it's neutral. Not necessarily strong yet, but we'll see where this ends up going. Yeah, Keonia said, Sean, just let TFF go. It's upsetting me and the friends. I'm like them. No, definitely. Yeah, so I think with TFF, guys, I think TFF is good if you guys are taking like swing trades or longer intraday trades, but I don't think they're scalp friendly anymore. I mean, they were scalp friendly for a while, but they're not anymore. It seems like because they just keep giving me losses for all my scalps. Yeah, it's crazy because if you look at my account, like for the week, everything is back in profit except my TFF. My TFF is like negative 6,000 right now, which is crazy, right? Because everything else is in positive, like 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. And then my TFF down here, it's either giving me like very small profits or a loss for every trade. So my TFF is like negative 6,000 right now, which is crazy for the week because we've been winning every single day. Yeah, Patrick said TFF might be better for just Forex entries. And I agree too, Patrick. I think that might be the case. If that's the case, then I'll just use them for Forex, but I'm not going to be using it for scalping anymore because it's crazy. Like I'm down so much on that account, but I'm taking the same exact trades. Everything else is up 2,000 for the week except for TFF. Okay, so Allison is asking about the SR rejection scalps. Yeah, sure. So I can pull that up. So let me just here. I'm gonna try to find a clean chart here to draw on because I don't want to mess up what we already have on here. Let me just go on the 10-minute. I'm just gonna adjust this to the 1 minute here. Okay, so the strategy that Allison is asking about is going to be the SR rejection scalp, right? Or is it called the SR rejection strategy? I'm assuming this is the one you're referring to, right, Allison? Let me check. Okay, perfect. So for this one right here, first you want to confirm the trend. So let me see if I can find an example here, and then I'll pull right to it. Let me see if I can find one here that came up recently. The reason I don't teach this one very much is because it's a little more complicated for new traders because there's so many requirements here to follow. I mean, once you like figure everything out, it's not really that difficult. And this strategy right here, Allison, this is meant for a ranging market. So we use this a lot in the summer. So during the summer, the market's ranging a lot. So that's why it's easy to take these trades here because price just goes sideways pretty much all day. However, right now we're in a trending market. So although it still works, it's you have better entries applying the other strategies. So let me see if I can find one here. There's one clear one right here, actually. I'm just going to replay it to here real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me check real quick to see if there's any other entries here. Okay, there's no entries for us to take, so we're not missing anything, guys. Don't worry. I'm just going to show Allison a quick example of this specific entry right here. So for this specific strategy, first you want to confirm the direction of trend. So you want to make sure price is like above the pivots or below the pivots, right? The exact requirement here is to see whether pivot 3 or 4 is over 4 or whether it's below. So for this one specifically, you can use, sorry guys, 1 second. All right, so in order to confirm the trend, you can use this requirement here, or you can use a trend meter and pivots, right? So if price is above the pivots, trend meter is green, pivots are angling up, you can assume that price is bullish here, right? If you want to use the specific requirements for this one strategy, you don't have to have all these requirements here. So it says confirm trading in the direction of trend using the trend meter and the pivots. So looking at the trend meter over here, you can see the trend meter is green, and then you want to look at the pivots here to confirm that price is also trending up. So if price is above the pivots are angling up. This is going to confirm that price is in an upwards trend. Basically, if you want to look at this here, it says whether pivots 3 or over pivots 4. Pivot 4 is going to be this red one here because it's the strongest, and pivot 3 is going to be the one before it, which is in between. So once you've confirmed that right there, that price is bullish, next you want to confirm a bottom wick rejection off a K2SR V2 zone. So looking at that right here, I'm going to turn on the SR indicator V2. We have a zone right down here. And with that said, I'm going to turn this back off. Going back to the requirements, confirm trading the direction of trend. We already confirmed that we have a bullish trend here. Second, you want to confirm a bottom wick rejection off the SR zone. So right here, you can see price on this specific candle right here is rejecting off the SR zone, right? The zone that I just drew. In order to get that zone, you turn on the SR V2 indicator, and you can see that there's zones right there. But what I did was I just drew my own zone over it so that it's a little clear because there's too many lines on the chart. So I turn this off here. We have requirements 1 and 2 met. Once requirements 1 and 2 are met, you go on to step 3. Step 3, you want to confirm that you're trading the direction of momentum. So you look back at the most recent momentum signal. We have a buy signal right here. So we know that we're looking for buys, right? After that, you enter on the open of the following candle. So as soon as this candle here closes, you enter this for a buy, long position. TP stop loss is 1030. You have your trade set up like that right there. You let the trade run. And there you go, full TP. So there goes an example of that right there, Allison. Does that make sense? If you want another example, just let me know and I'll show you another one. But if it makes sense to you, I think we're good. Okay, no problem, Allison. So this strategy is really good during ranging markets. When the market's going sideways, this is like perfect. Like for example, over here, price was going sideways, and I can show you a bunch of entries that, you know, probably came up around this area here. Like for example, I don't think there's one here specifically because this is a London session. But if you go back and play with it, this strategy was meant for like the summer session when market's moving slow. So when the market starts to slow down again, you can probably expect us to apply this in the summer because market's not going to be trending as much. But right now, since market is trending, we're using the basically momentum-based strategies that we've been looking at pretty much for the past couple of months. If you guys are not familiar with how the market moves, typically the market will be moving directional from, let's say, from like September up until May. So September till May, the fall and the winter, market will be moving directional. And then during the summer, a lot of people go on vacation. So when people go on vacation, the market starts to range sideways. So there's different types of strategies that we have here for different types of market conditions. But I think for these specific ones on the 1 minute, these pretty much work all year round. We're just not going to have as many entries during the summer, but I think they still do work very well all year round. Let's see. Allison said, okay, so this is not a reversal strategy. It is a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough retest zone. So it's, yeah, you kind of have an idea. It's more of a continuation strategy. So it's not really a breakthrough because a breakthrough is like when it's first breaking through, right? For this specific strategy, like for the requirement, you need to confirm what the overall trend is, right? So like looking at the overall trend here, like price should already be established. So like looking back at the strategy over here, let me just put it back up. SR rejection. And there's two different ones that you're looking at. So I'm not sure if you're talking about the SR rejection or the, or actually, I mean, they're the same strategy. It's just that there's different requirements. So if you're looking at the SR rejection strategy, you want to confirm the overall direction, or like basically what the trend's moving like, right? So I mean, yeah, when you call it a breakthrough, the way that I see it is that you're kind of looking for price to break through into a trend. But when you're looking for the specific strategy, you're already looking for a trend to be established. So for example, here, I would consider this like a breakthrough, right? When price breaks below. So yeah, I guess what you refer to is basically it's the same, because price does break through, and then you're looking for entry over here when price retrace, retest, and continue down lower. So your entry basically be somewhere around here. So yeah, it does make sense what you're referring to. I just don't call it that way because that'd basically be like a breakout type strategy. But no, you're on point with that. Yeah, Allison, to be honest, I might even be talking about rejection. Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of strategies here. That's why like we kind of focus on just a few strategies here to apply. Not necessarily all of them, because I have too many to apply here, but they all work perfectly fine. So whichever one you guys want to apply, they're all fine. It just depends on your preference. Anyways, guys, you haven't missed anything. There's nothing for us to look at here. Everything here is still kind of like moving sideways. Here on the 10-minute, you can see price is still in between the pivots. It's currently shifting above it, but it's not necessarily confirmed yet, right? It's just above it right here, but it hasn't confirmed that it's going to stay above it. Trend meter down here is still red. The 5-minute over here is starting to shift to the upside as well, but we need to wait for price to actually confirm that it's going to stay in that direction. So right now, price is right here between all these red flags. There's no areas for us to take entries here. We need price to break above it and stay above it over here, or we need price to break below it and stay below it over here. So nothing for us to hop into at the moment. So yeah, guys, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I think this is pretty much what we have to look at right now. There's nothing for us to take. We either need price to confirm that it's bullish, or we need price to confirm that it's bearish. One or the other. Zach said 10-minute buy signal. Yeah, there's a buy signal here that just closed. Thanks, Zach, for that heads up. So we have a buy signal here on the 10. We need a buy signal here on the 5 to close to confirm momentum. So we don't have momentum right now. We're just pretty much waiting for it to play out. Yeah, here are my profits so far. So we got a couple more profits here from Robin. Let me scroll up real quick. So we have a lot of profits here, actually. We have Maria over here. She locked in some profits there. Unfortunately, some slippage on that first trade. David over here locked in a total profit of 30.40 for the day. Nice work, David. And then we have Patrick over here, Patrick Kerr, total profit of 1,766 for the day. All wins. Nice work, Patrick. And then we've got Christian over here. So it finally hit your slippage, or not your slippage, but it hit your TP there. Never mind. I thought this hit your slippage here in your favor, Christian. I thought it like dropped down and it gave you more than 1,000. But it looks like, yeah, your goal here was supposed to make, close to 1,000 per trade, but you locked in 1,480 total. So about 700 per account. Not bad. Profit's profit. At least you're not getting caught in any red trades like I've been getting stuck with. Robin over here as well took the trade earlier this morning at 7:08. Total profit of 162 for the day. Nice work with the green strip. I think that's the best feeling, guys. The best feeling is when you get a green strip on your trade because you held the trade, right? For a lot of people, I feel like that's the issue for most. For most people, they can't hold the trade long enough to hit their profit target. But if they hit the profit target and they keep doing that consistently, they're just going to keep building from there. Because I think that helps with your trade psychology, because you're going to start to trust the strategies and your entries. So you'll get your full profit instead of cutting out a little too early. See if there's anything else over here. Nice. So nice recovery right here, Martha. So she said she took the momentum scalp and she took it out for a partial. And like, yeah, nice recovery on that right there from that earlier loss from the trade earlier this morning. Yeah, you're only down like 300 now. So you need like one more trade and then you'll be back in a profit. So we're just pretty much waiting for something here to confirm until we get a confirmation. There's just nothing for us to take at the moment. All right, so looking over here on the 5 is starting to push up. We have a pending buy signal. The 10-minute over here as well, kind of bouncing back and forth. It's 7:46 right now, guys, so it's getting close to 8. For today, I'm not going to be trading past 8 because we already took our trades prior. The only time I trade after 8 is we have no entries up until that time. But either way, it's still right in between the sessions, like Christian said. So, I mean, this whole area right here is a big red flag. Right, we have sessions right here, the London high, we have the Asia low right here, we have news price up here, and then we have more news price down here. So personally, I'd rather have price push above and then stick above this area so we can look for some buys. But if not, price might just consolidate for a bit. Let me check the calendar to see if there's any other news today. You know, I didn't even check my FX book to see if there's anything playing out. But we have so we have news later today at 9:30, which is Swiss franc news. My FX book, let me check this real quick. All right, there's actually news over here at 8:30. We have the 8-week bill auction and the 4-week bill auction. Other than that, that's about it for today. Christian said he's going to pass, not going to risk his profits. Jenny said she's done for the day. Thank you, Sean. See you tomorrow. Definitely, Jenny. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Yeah, Nelly said he expected the market to have its bullish push prior to our live session. So we figured he might start coming down during the live, try to catch the push in confluence with one of our strategies, but it looks like the market was too early. He was in the market too early. Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, no, I don't blame you, Nelly, because I was anticipating that too, for price to push up. So it looks like he took a trade over here last night, and unfortunately he ate a loss on that. He was expecting price to keep pushing up. The thing with today's market, guys, is that it's NFP, right? So that's why it makes it a lot tricky, because a lot of people are expecting price to be bearish, right? Because we're going through a recession. So people aren't expecting there to be a lot of jobs. They're not expecting there to be a lot of payroll going on, because a lot of people are laying people off. If you've seen a lot of the big companies, big tech companies like Google, Facebook, et cetera, you know, they're all laying off like thousands of people, Amazon, FedEx, all these places that need workers. And it's not good for the economy. So tomorrow, if you guys are not familiar with NFP, NFP stands for non-farm payroll. They're going to indicate how many people are like, you know, just the strength of our economy. Because if there's not a lot of people on payroll and unemployment rate's high, then it's not going to be good, because we're going through a recession. You know, if we're going through a recession, people are losing their jobs. It's not going to be good for the economy, because people aren't going to spend and make the world go around, right? Obviously. So looking over here, they're forecasting it to be up 1% or 0.1% for unemployment. So unemployment rate last month was 3.5. They're forecasting it to be 3.6. I'm personally expecting it to be worse. So I think it's going to be higher than 3.6. Non-farm employment change, you can see that last month they had 223K. Basically people who are working non-farm employment. They're forecasting it to be 193,000. I'm expecting it to be less. So I think tomorrow the news is going to be negative. You know, if we keep going towards a recession, then there's going to be less jobs and there's going to be less employment. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. But I mean, who knows, right? News might be horrible and price might still go up. So I don't trade news. I just like look at it and I see how price reacts to the news. All right, Christian, we'll see you here tomorrow. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. It's 7:50 right now, so it's 10 minutes till 8. It does not look like we're going to have any other entries from now until then. 8 o'clock is the cutoff for entry points. But yeah, looking at this right here, price is in between the sessions. In order for us to have any buys here, we need price to be above But even for us to have any buys like that, we still need this buy signal here to close as well in the 5-minute. So yeah, guys, let me know if there's anything that you guys let me know if there's anything that you guys want to take a look at or cover, or if there's any strategies that you guys need help with. Because right now it's just a bit of some downtime. Let's see some more profits over here from CSUK, I believe. Yeah, CSUK over here posted his profits. He's currently at 5,800 for the day, all wins. Nice work, CSUK, on letting them all hit your TP. Took a couple trades in both directions. Some of these trades from last night, I can see this one's this was like pre-market lead-in session. CSUK has like a weird sleeping schedule, so you'll see CSUK taking trades all throughout the day. So solid work right there, CSUK, with your profits. Total profit of 5,800 for the day. Solid. And there goes my Telegram. I think it's about time to get a new computer. Let's see what I'm missing here. There we go, CSUK's profits. All right, so let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Just gonna copy these over real quick. Let me check your message, Alexandria. So basically, Alexandria is asking, and I'll respond to you through chat as well, as Alexandria. I just want to skim through your question here. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. So the thing with Alexandria, and this is a common issue with a lot of people, is just finding consistency, right? Like Alexandria says that she's been making a lot of wins, but she's been making more losses. So I think the problem with what she's running through right here, and I'm just going to put it out there because this is an issue with like a lot of people, right? It's just consistency. I feel like a lot of people know how to win trades, but they don't know how to avoid losses. So what might be the issue with certain people is over trading. So that's something that we can work on, Alexandria, in the next mentoring session. Just a reminder, guys, our mentoring sessions are on Monday at 2 p.m. And then starting next week, I'm going to start having mentoring sessions on Tuesday as well. So Monday at 2 p.m. And then on the poll, I think you guys voted for Tuesday at 5 p.m., right? I put up a poll. Yeah. So we're going to have 2 mentoring sessions a week now. We're going to have one on Monday at 2 p.m. And then we're going to have another one on Tuesday at 5 p.m. So hopefully you guys can make either of those Pacific time, guys. So if you guys are on the East Coast, that's going to be 3 hours ahead. But 2 p.m. Pacific on Mondays, and then 5 p.m. Pacific on Tuesdays for people who work during the day. Yeah, if you guys need help and you guys have issues with consistency, or you have issues with revenge trading, over trading, anything like that, because trade psychology is like that's the big thing. You guys can be applying any mediocre strategy out there, but if you guys have consistency applying it, you guys can be perfectly fine. So yeah, the next mentoring session is going to be next Monday at 2 p.m. and then oh crap, sorry, we can't have it on Monday, guys. Sorry, we're gonna skip next Monday. I just remember I'm gonna be in Cabo on Monday. So I'm leaving for vacation tomorrow, guys. So we'll be having the live session, but I'm going to be leaving that live session. I'm going to be leaving that live session. Sorry, guys, 1 second. All right. Sorry, my dogs are barking. So anyways, our mentoring session is going to be next Monday at 2 p.m. Or sorry, not next Tuesday at 5 p.m. I'm not going to be having it next Monday because I'm going to be on vacation in Cabo. I'm leaving Friday. So we'll have our live session tomorrow, but I might have to cut out a little early because I have to leave for the airport. So tomorrow we'll have our normal live session, and then I'll probably be cutting out a little bit before 8 because my flight's at 9, so I got to run to the airport right after. And then we'll have our mentoring session on Tuesday at 5 p.m. So Thing for Maddie over here. Maddie mentioned anybody that is having trouble with trading, just stick to momentum scalps and variations. It helps you stay selective and patient. Also helps you not revenge trade because you only focus on those 2 entries. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Maddie. I think that's gonna be the next step for a lot of people too, who are just not part of the mentoring session, but are not part of the mentorship, but part of the group, is to focus on 1 or 2 strategies. That's why for me here on the live session, guys, I only focus on 3 strategies here to prevent you guys from over trading and revenge trading. Because if you guys have all of my strategies, you guys know that it's tempting, right, to catch multiple entries here, when realistically you only need like 1 or 2 strategies to follow. Let's see, Jonathan said it makes a difference. Yeah, it does. So Jonathan said it makes a big difference when you let your trades play out. 100%. You make way more profit that way. Let's see. D said need to get the new M2 Max. I can drag MT4 to any screen. I have the M2 Max. Yeah, I have that already. So I have a laptop, David, on mine. Right now I'm using an iMac Pro. So it's kind of hard for me to upgrade my computer because I already have the high end. I spent like almost 12K on this computer. So this computer has the capacity to to execute and work very well, but it is a little dated. So this computer came out in like what, 2017 or 2019. So I've had this computer for maybe like 3 or 4 years now. I did max it out because I planned on keeping it for a long time, and it still works perfectly fine. I just can't drag my MC4 around like you mentioned. But I do have the new laptop, the new MacBook Pro, and that's what I use for traveling. So I'll be trading on that on Monday while I'm on vacation with you guys. Let me see if there's any other questions here. So if you guys have any other questions, guys, feel free to put them in the chat. Price hasn't done anything. It's still stuck in this area. So it does not look like we're going to have any entries from now until 8 o'clock. It's about 3 minutes till 8. So price is not pulled out of this area. We were basically waiting for price to pull above here and stay above there, or price to pull below and stay below here. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping this up pretty soon. Yeah, there's no buy signal on the 5 either. So that's another thing that you have to wait for. There's a buy signal here. There's no buy signal here on the 5. And then here on the 1 minute, there's nothing for us to, there's just nothing for us to take. It's like right down the middle. But even if we were to have a price push away from here, like Madhu said, we'd still need a buy signal here to confirm the momentum across the board. There's momentum here on the 10. There's no momentum here on the 5. There's one that's pending, but it's not closed yet. By the time this closes, it's going to be 8 o'clock already. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. Let me see if there's any other profits here to look at. Here's Anelli's first funded account. Nice work, Anelli. So Anelli, his first profits on his funded account, he locked in 2,486. Only 2 trades taken, so that's pretty solid. And that's pretty good. If you can stay consistent with this, Nelly, by the end of the month, you'll get your first payout, you get the refund, and you'll have all the stress relieved. Because I know a lot of you guys here are trying to force, or not really force, but you're rushing to get funded right away. Nelly here has been grinding it out for I think a year with me now, maybe even over a year, and he's finally funded on 2 accounts. So, just stay consistent, and you should have no problem remaining funded, for the rest of the year. Zach over here as well. So Zach said, so proud of myself. My consistency has gotten so much better with you. I stayed strong even with a huge loss, and 3 days later I'm all caught up. Yeah, nice work, Zach. So congrats to Zach over here too. Zach made a mistake here on Monday, took a pretty big loss, negative 7,000, but then he made it back the day after, yesterday, and then today. So now he's back into profit. So great consistency right there, Zach. This is a clear example that you guys can dig yourself a hole, but you guys can climb yourself back out, right? A lot of people will get into this hole. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Okay, so just looking back over here, this just shows that, even if you have a loss, guys, don't let that discourage you, because you can come right back. Like Zach over here was really discouraged when he had this loss. I remember when he messaged me, he just wasn't sure what was going to happen. But then he made it right back over the next 3 days. So just keep that up, guys. If there's any other things that you guys want to cover, feel free to send me an email or message me on Telegram. I do have a couple of questions here that I have to answer. I'll do this privately, but if there's anything else that you guys want to cover, feel free to reach out. But I think that's about it. So my profits for the day, not up super heavy, about 9,339 for the day. Could have been better, but obviously TFF over here undercut me. If I had my wins here, then I'd be up another 3,000, but it's all good. It happens. Some more profits here from Sisu, just one last one, 6,900 for the day, all wins. Solid work right there, Sisu. And I think that's about it. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. You guys can reach me at sean@kodikaitrades.com. Otherwise, if you guys want to message me on Telegram, my username is @KodiKaiTrades, and that's probably the fastest way to get in touch with me. So, all right, guys, if there's anything else that you guys need, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow as we officially close out the